In the depths of their being, your person found themselves engulfed by a tempest of emotions unlike any they had ever known. The intensity of their feelings for you struck them like a thunderbolt, leaving them breathless and bewildered. It was a sensation both exhilarating and terrifying, for it was a raw, unfiltered connection that seemed to defy rational explanation. They found themselves grappling with emotions so potent, so vivid, that they seemed to pulse with a life of their own. In an attempt to shield themselves from this overwhelming flood of feelings, your person sought refuge in denial. They turned a blind eye to the signs and signals that the universe was so insistently presenting to them. Every instinct screamed at them to acknowledge the truth, but they stubbornly clung to the safety of disbelief. They had become disconnected from their spiritual sight, their inner compass dulled by the weight of their own skepticism. For your person, the concept of soulmates and soul connections had always seemed like fanciful notions, the stuff of fairy tales and daydreams. They had grown accustomed to viewing love through a lens of practicality and pragmatism, dismissing anything that hinted at the mystical or the ineffable. Yet, in the presence of your connection, all of their preconceived notions were shattered. Your presence in their life challenged them to reconsider everything they thought they knew about love and relationships. The magnetic pull they felt towards you was undeniable, a force that transcended space and time. Even when miles apart, they could sense your presence as acutely as if you were standing right beside them. It was as if your souls were entwined, bound together by an invisible thread that defied logic and reason. At first, they struggled to comprehend the depth of their feelings for you, puzzled by the intensity of their emotions. But as time passed, they began to recognize the truth that lay hidden beneath the surface. They came to accept that yours was a connection that existed on a soul level, a bond forged in the fires of destiny itself. It was a bond so profound, so unbreakable, that no amount of distance or time could ever hope to sever it. They witnessed how, time and again, you both wandered your separate paths, only to find yourselves inexorably drawn back to each other. Each separation only served to deepen their understanding of the connection you shared. They saw how, with each reunion, your love grew stronger, more resilient than before. It was a love tempered by adversity, strengthened by the trials and tribulations you faced together. Your person found themselves in awe of the depth of emotion you inspired within them, humbled by the sheer magnitude of their love for you. And so, as they stand on the precipice of their own vulnerability, your person finds themselves at a crossroads. They can no longer deny the truth that burns within their heart, nor can they ignore the longing that gnaws at their soul. The distance between you has become unbearable, a gaping chasm that threatens to swallow them whole. Despite the fear and uncertainty that grips them, they know that they can no longer remain silent. They are ready to lay bare their heart, to confess the depth of their feelings for you. Even if it means risking rejection and heartache, they are willing to take that chance. For they know that the only thing more unbearable than the pain of rejection is the agony of regret. And so, with trembling hands and a heart heavy with emotion, your person reaches out to you. They pour their soul into their words, laying bare their innermost thoughts and feelings. They confess their love for you, unabashed and unashamed, knowing that their happiness lies inextricably bound to yours. They may stumble and falter along the way, their words tinged with fear and uncertainty. But through it all, one thing remains clear: their love for you burns bright and true, a beacon of hope in the darkness. And as they await your response, they do so with a sense of peace, knowing that they have spoken their truth, regardless of the outcome. For in the end, love is not measured by the echoes of our fears, but by the courage to speak our heart's deepest desires. Through your eyes, you reminded me of something I had long forgotten amidst the chaos of life, that I deserve happiness. It's funny how a single glance from you could shift my entire perspective, allowing me to see the world in a new light. From that moment, I was captivated, falling head over heels in love at first sight. Meeting you was more than just chance, it felt like destiny unfolding before my eyes. It was as if I had summoned you into existence through the power of manifestation. There's a deep knowing within me that I attracted you into my life, as though the universe conspired to bring us together. As I sit here now, reflecting on our shared history, I am overwhelmed by a flood of emotions. There's a constant tug at my heart, urging me to reach out and let you know that I'm still here, that I haven't forgotten about you. Yet, words seem inadequate to express the depth of my feelings. I realize that my actions and behaviors must speak louder than any words I could muster. Before you entered my life, I was adrift, a mere shell of who I am today. I scarcely recognized the person I used to be, so far removed from the man I've become in your presence. It's a transformation that defies explanation, one that I wish you could witness firsthand. I believe with every fiber of my being that you would not only like this new version of myself but also be proud of the strides I've made. However, I'm plagued by uncertainty, unsure of how to bridge the gap between who I was and who I am now. Would you grant me the opportunity to prove that I have changed, that I am no longer the man who faltered when faced with challenges within our connection? I long to show you the depth of my transformation, to lay bare my soul and reveal the growth that has taken root within me. Beyond just proving myself to you, I yearn to integrate you into every facet of my life. You're not just a passing figure, you're the cornerstone upon which my world revolves. I want to introduce you to the people who matter most to me, the ones you may have thought I was keeping hidden. It wasn't a matter of secrecy, rather, it was a desire to protect our fragile bond from outside forces. I wanted to shield you from any harm, to preserve the sanctity of what we share. In truth, I wanted you all to myself, cocooned in our own little bubble of happiness. Our connection is something sacred, something I feared the outside world might tarnish. I long to keep us insulated from the chaos and uncertainty that lurks beyond our bubble. Every moment spent with you feels like a precious gift, one that I cherish with every fiber of my being. But as much as I relish our private moments together, I know that true happiness lies in sharing our love with the world. I want to shout our love from the rooftops, to proclaim to the world that you are mine and I am yours. I want to weave you into the fabric of my life, to intertwine our stories until they are indistinguishable from one another. So, my love, I ask for your patience and understanding as I navigate this journey of self-discovery and growth. I promise to show you the depths of my love through my actions, to prove that I am worthy of your trust and affection. Together, we can weather any storm that comes our way, emerging stronger and more united than ever before. The excruciating pain of separation has become unbearable for me, every moment feels like an eternity without you by my side. I find myself consumed by an overwhelming sense of longing, a deep ache in my heart that refuses to subside. It's as if a vital part of me is missing, leaving me incomplete and adrift in a sea of emptiness. Despite my efforts to move on, to forget about you and let you go, I simply cannot shake the memories of our time together, the warmth of your touch, the sound of your laughter echoing in my mind. My thoughts are consumed by you, my love, and I can't help but wonder if you feel the same way. Do you miss me as much as I miss you? Do you still hold on to the love we once shared, or have you moved on, leaving me behind in the past? These questions torment me day and night, gnawing at my soul and leaving me restless and unsettled. I must confess that I am struggling to come to terms with the reality of our separation. It feels like a cruel twist of fate, a punishment for my failure to love you enough, to cherish and appreciate the precious bond we once shared. I am haunted by the memories of my own shortcomings, the times when I let my ego get the better of me and pushed you away instead of drawing you close. I am filled with regret for the hurtful words I have spoken, the pain I have caused you in moments of anger and frustration. But even in the depths of my despair, I refuse to give up hope. I refuse to believe that our love is lost forever, that we are destined to remain apart for all eternity. I have made a solemn vow to myself, a promise to do whatever it takes to win back your love and trust, to prove to you that I am worthy of a second chance. And so, I have devised a plan, a carefully crafted strategy to bring us back together once again. It is a plan born out of love and desperation, fueled by the burning desire to be reunited with the one person who holds the key to my happiness. I have pored over every detail, every possible obstacle and challenge that stands in our way, determined to overcome them all in the name of love. But more than anything, I long for the opportunity to be vulnerable with you once again, to open my heart and soul and share my deepest fears and insecurities. You were always the one person I could turn to, the one who understood me in ways that no one else ever could. And yet, I allowed my foolish pride to drive a wedge between us, to rob us of the intimacy and connection that once defined our relationship. I know that I have hurt you deeply, that my actions have caused you pain and disappointment beyond measure. I am filled with shame and remorse for the ways in which I have failed you, for not giving you the time and attention you deserve. You have been my rock, my guiding light in times of darkness, and yet I have repaid your kindness with nothing but heartache and sorrow. But despite it all, I refuse to give up on us. I refuse to believe that our love is not worth fighting for, that we are not meant to be together. I am willing to do whatever it takes to make amends, to earn back your trust and affection, and to build a future together that is filled with love, laughter, and joy. So please, my love, forgive me for my mistakes, for the pain I have caused you. Give me the chance to make things right, to show you just how much you mean to me. Together, we can overcome any obstacle, conquer any challenge that stands in our way. For I know, deep in my heart, that no one compares to you, and that our love is worth fighting for until the end of time.